Okay, boys, we're back. We're gonna do it again with the fire team this time. We're specifically just gonna do a quick version of how to use the fire team because there's a little bit of different like movement and stuff. But if you need an explanation of how the boss works in his entirety, go check out the previous video. This one is gonna be the cliff notes. I'm not gonna talk about his mechanics and everything. I'm just gonna kind of give you a demonstration here. Let's get into it. So we're gonna use the world famous fire team. Classic team, nothing special. The Changju needs segment 3, obviously, so that she can apply burn with her follow-up attacks, and then Centrisi needs her key that when she heals teammates, she cleanses debuffs. I believe it's called Thorough Preparation. I don't remember off the top of my head. And that's about it. This vector is segment 1, so you're going to see a little bit more damage from this team than might show up on yours. So for your support, you can use either a Kyohan, or you can use a, if I can find it, what am I looking for? I'm looking for Niketa, that's it. A segment 6 Niketa or a segment 6 Kyohan. Both of them work pretty well. You can pretty much stand in the exact same spots that we're going to cover. So, but we have a segment 6 Niketa, so we're going to do that. And you guys are going to see quite the difference in damage between that and a segment 6 Klukai. Once again, this is not a min-max guide. I want to make that very clear. This is not a min-max guide. I'm not here to tell you how to get the perfect score. I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible for you. This is going to be the streamlined version. So if it looks like I'm positioning like inefficiently, that's because it's true. Let's check that. That's good. And let's start. I tried to make this as straightforward and simple as possible. Once again, only character we need to keep track of is highest HP, which for us is going to be Centrisi, and hopefully is for you too. I'm going to cut down on a lot of the commentary for this one, and we're just going to kind of power through it. I'll kind of explain if there's anything goofy going on, but this is going to be a very standard Gunsmoke rotation. By the way, this is with Centrisi without her key. This does not have her new expansion key. This is a bare bones Centrisi. I do have the Guerno though, so that makes it a little different for movement, but no fancy key on her. So this, once again, this should be very easy to replicate. So Niketa, the only thing to think about when taking her turn, she's going to be the far target. The only thing that you need to consider is where you're going to put the dog. I like to put the dog right here because it gets hit with the AoE that's going to be targeted off Centrisi, but it also doesn't interfere with any of the other like near-far stuff. So that's a good spot. You can place him in corners as well, like the 4 corners, like here, 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 and here. But right there is nice because, like I said, he can split the damage with the AoE. Counts as a body for... you don't have to worry about the water puddle. That's just the key that the platoon guy has equipped on it. You don't need that key. Okay, so one more thing to talk about. Turn 2, the boxes spawn. These boxes are kind of baiting you with this team setup. There's not really a box that Changju can get to and still be comfy. Sometimes if this box spawns right here, you can get lucky and like maybe snag it and switch her to be far target. But once again, it starts to get really goofy with the movement patterns. We're going to try and keep this as brain dead as possible. So we're just going to ignore it with Changju. She's just going to post up and be the nearest target forever and always. Centrisi has a turn off. She can just kind of do whatever. Don't use either one of her abilities if you don't have her key, because you do want, next turn we're going to ult, and then we want this for the following turn. I tend to like to have Nikita go before Sharkery on turns because the first one of the support attacks from Sentry EC is going to put recovery on Vector, and so she's got one more support attack left. I prefer to have it on Nikita because Nikita's going to be taking a lot of damage from counterattacks, so she's going to need the health over the course of the fight. So you'll see that she's actually gaining health from all this. And Sharkery doesn't need it. Sharkery's just going to sit there and play in the puddle with her swimsuit. Like a small child. A small obnoxious child. I'm sorry, I won't do Sharkery hate on this. There's lots of Sharkery fans watching this. I need to tone it down. Alright, so grab the box on your second action and then move back. We're gonna heal with Sentries. I lied about the ult. I lied. We're healing with this one. This should heal the closest two, which tiebreaker goes to Changju. And unfortunately goes to Sharkery, but you know. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Alright, so let's go back to our normal rotation. Oh, sorry, Sentries, you gotta end your turn first. I just said I won't be mean to Sharkery, and then I insult her. Okay, so for this, we're gonna go grab this box over here, but we're gonna have to end the furthest away. So let's just make sure you're doing a little bit of math and you're kind of paying attention. Once again, I'm having her go before Sharkery because I want Sentry EC's heat recovery to activate and heal her. Otherwise, it's gonna get a little dicey later on. She takes so many attacks. Grab the box on the second go, and just remember you got to be the furthest target, which in this position you are. Okay, this is the turn where you ult. Now remember, she'll have more or less confectants, and this rotation gets slightly different on Sentry EC if you have her key, but for a barebones Sentry EC, this is the rotation. And we'll have Nikita slowly make her way back. So the key that Changju removes debuffs whenever she attacks is very important. You'll see all these cleanses. It's removing a buff from the boss, and in turn giving us a buff. Very important you have that key though. See, it's this buff right here. Phases patient. This needs to get removed from the boss. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show you what to do if you're a very greedy boy and you want to grab this box over here. Hopefully this doesn't ruin the whole video and I have to record it again. But if for some reason you want to get this box and you want to, like I said, this starts going to the min-maxing stuff, you can ignore this. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, I'll have the cat grab the boxes just like the previous two. But if you want to get spicy, grab the box. This will make her the far target. So that means you got to keep in mind that Niketa's going to have to end and be the close target. We want to, let me think about this real quick. Cleanse. Actually, we want to do it this way because he's got a bunch of stability. We want to shred some of that. I have a Guernos, which means I'm going to get a move after her, so I'm going to move back to my spot. But this doesn't really matter too much. Changju's still the furthest, even if you ended right there. But I just wanted to move back a square so that I could get the heal off on Niketa. Go back to your normal spot. Again, have Niketa go first. This is fine. Doesn't really matter which one of these two you end in. Just doing a drive-by on this box. So grab the box and end your turn next to the boss here. You'll be the closest target, and Changju's the furthest target. And once again, we're having her go before for Sharkery. I'm just gonna check. Did I misclick there? I feel like she didn't ult. Times the game likes to do that. It pranks me. I swear to God, I clicked the ult and it never happened. Okay, so let's continue on. Near target. Far target. AoE goes down. And then we're back to normal. Now, this is a little interesting. In this exact positioning here, we obviously don't want Changju and Niketa to die, so we're going to heal them. But if we were to throw the heal, like right here, since it splits evenly amongst everyone, this won't top Niketa off. So we're actually going to focus it on Niketa. So the two important people that need to get healed. Everyone else is healthy enough that it don't really matter. You know you're doing big damage when the game has to like chug to think about the calculations. That's how you know you're making it. Oh yeah, it's thinking. So we hit the speed bump. This is the speed bump shield that like kind of slows you down to prevent you from getting too high of a score. This is the whale check. Once again, we'll grab the box here. Now remember, Changju's back in the near spot, so we got to make sure we end in a far spot. So we're going to go to the corner here because this is a far spot, which would be the same as if we were standing here or here. So we're just going to go to the corner, finish our turn, and then go to Sharkery. I like how I said this is going to be the short version of the guide, and we're already at 15 minutes.
いつでもどうぞ。ティータイムのお時間です。わかった。
Last turn doesn't really matter for healing and whatnot, so we'll have Shark Rigo before. A little inefficient to do it this way, but we want to rip all this stability down so that when Niketa goes, we can not have the damage reduction active. Okay, and that is pretty much the quick how-to. You can say you can kind of end wherever, it doesn't really matter after this point. So Niketa still has one more counterattack to do and her ult. You know, we'll do slow motion here, and I'll cancel it out. I'm not going to cash this one in, but this could get you, you know, much higher than other teams. And like I said, we kind of smashed through that shield as opposed to previous runs. But we'll just show you here real quick. She's still got a big chunk of damage left to do. But I would imagine we're going to be in the 6,000-ish range after she's done with all her counterattacks. Obviously, RNG is going to play a little bit into it, but... yeah, so 6,000. So we'll exit out there before it submits it. But yeah, that's the fire team. Like I said, very easy, very straightforward. You don't have to do a lot of thinking or moving. So once again, that works as well with a Segment 6 Kyohan. You just essentially swap where Niketa is standing the whole time for her. So hopefully that was helpful. I wish you guys good luck on your scores for who knows how many future Gunsmokes we're going to do this boss on, but you know, the best of luck. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat and or the comments, and I will see if I can do my best to answer them. So see you guys.